Whoa, 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 whoa.
Break this topic out.
Just in case you forget.
So-called freedom movement, so-called truth movement, and your freedom movement and truth movement are the bottom of a trash can, is what most of you are. Because you're cowards and you don't want to lose the profit that you get from YouTube. That's what you're mostly worried about, not telling the truth, about racking up money from YouTube advertising. That's Nazi fucking blood money.
Yes.
Let that whole fucking platform rot into dust.
Yes.
Rot into the garbage trash that it is.
He's gonna get on.
Stop monetizing your channel. Stop taking their fucking money. Put your material up for free and put it on library.
Yeah.
No, how many will do that? No, because you'll see who really cares about profit. Like I said, I don't give a fuck who listens to this.
Yeah.
It's still the truth nonetheless.
Yeah.
It always has been and it always will
Fuck
be.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck who I offend. I don't care who shuts
Fuck
the fuck
you.
off. I don't give a fuck about my view counts. I don't monetize my YouTube channel and never have. That's real hardcore shit.
Yes.
Most of you are phony fucking posers. That's what you are. Worried about monetizing your channel and taking YouTube's ad money, you fucking clowns. You know what, you're not clowns. Once again, you're clown shoes. Here on What on Earth is Happening, we fully endorse Flopperoo brand clown shoes. Flopperoo brand clown shoes. Nothing's floppier, nothing's clownier, and all the people out there in the so-called truth community, all the people out there in the so-called freedom community, this is not what you wear, this is what you are.
Weaken a population by making them feel hopeless or powerless to effect change. Demoralization is often, as a general strategy, as a general psychological methodology, is often the very first step in carrying out short-term political coups or long-term cultural disintegration. And I would say that these are the methods by which enemy forces first begin their attack. Before they do anything to a greater extent, they're always going to attempt to demoralize the opposing population or the enemy population. This is what we have to keep in mind, is that, and as we'll see in the modern day, we were led into the era of modern psyops through demoralization operations. So again, they are conducted to mentally weaken the population, make people feel depressed, make people feel powerless, make them feel like there's nothing I can do, I can't affect change. These are all forces that are far beyond my ability to do anything about, when in fact that is not true. And the main thing that people can do is to speak out about it and tell the truth about it, and make the voice of the truth stronger than the voice of the lie. That's a tall task, but it can be done. But people have to stop holding their tongue. They have to stop being afraid of what other people will think about them, and they have to speak because it is the correct and moral thing to do, not looking for any personal reward, not that it's going to make their life easier or more comfortable, because more likely than not, it is not. We have to simply choose to tell the truth because that is the correct and moral thing to do. So this is the first category of PSYOP, psychological warfare operations. Let's look at the second category. The second category is a very popular one. It is the false flag PSYOPs. Very, very, very popular in both the ancient and the modern world, continuing right up into the modern day. False flag operations are PSYOPs whereby a combatant attacks itself or its own assets and blames the attack on an enemy. This attack will then stir up political and moral support from the attacker's own people. The one who actually waged the attack on itself is going to get sympathy and support from its own people because they're making it look like the attack came from an enemy. That's what a false flag is. And then the people on, the side that was attacked but actually did it themselves, then will encourage the aggressor, the one who instituted the attack on themselves to begin with, who is trying to do that to justify going after the enemy because they don't want to look like they started it. Okay? The people will then encourage the aggressor to respond against the perceived enemy with even more aggression. This type of PSYOP has also been called problem reaction solution by many analysts and researchers. It is the Hegelian dialectic of a problem reaction solution, or thesis, antithesis, synthesis. It means that you have a pre-planned notion or idea of what you want to implement, but you know that you can't make a quick jump to go from point A to point B because the people may resist that. They may say, hey, we don't want to get involved in that. We don't want to go to war with these people. We want peace. And so you wage a bombing, or you wage a false flag attack against your own people, and then the people get whipped up into a fearful frenzy. Oh, what are we going to do about this attacker? And it actually came from their own government, their own intelligence agencies, etc. False flags are incredibly successful because people still don't understand what they are. They don't understand how they work, why they work. They can't comprehend the evil that would have to be present in a mind to want to do these type of things. And here on the left, you see, the stereotypical false flag, that may be the beginning in modern history, at least, of false flag operations. The document, this was the introductory page of the entire cache of documents that represented Operation Northwoods, which was a planned but never implemented attack upon the U.S. mainland to blame it on Cuba as a pretext for an invasion of the island of Cuba during the 1970s. This actually never was brought out and used, but it has been declassified, and we know that agencies inside the United States government were perfectly willing to have a false attack that they did on the U.S. homeland, in the continental United States, and then blame it on Cuba as a pretext to invade. And, many, many, many other false flag psyops have certainly been conducted since. So false flag psyops is the category of psyops number 2. Let's look at the third. The third category of psyops is what I call disinformation psyops. So disinfo psyops, or disinformation psyops, inject false information into targeted data sets in order to lead people away from truth, promote beliefs that weaken or harm an enemy, give people a false sense of hope, or to make certain groups of people look foolish or gullible in the eyes of others. So this is a very sophisticated form of psychological warfare, and it's more subtle than something like false flags or even a demoralization psyop. This is one of the categories that is increasingly being used and waged upon the human public in the modern day. And it's because disinfo psyops, because of the presence of the internet, can go so viral that they can basically move throughout the human population at an incredibly fast speed due to technology and the ability to transmit information all over the world